Hey everybody, it's Angela and I am back with another process video, and for this layout I'm going to use the Paige Evans Oh My Heart collection. And I purchased a lot of this brand new when it first came out, and I told myself I was going to use it up before I got any more of her collections. And yeah, so I haven't purchased any more of her collections. I'm still working on using this. However, I have gotten bits and pieces of anything that's come through like Tuesday morning and stuff. So I wanted to go ahead and pull this out, and I have the 12 by 12 paper pad, and I've just taken a paper out of that, this yellow grid, and I have some old stencils. I know that this one is an old one from Saw Crafters, this star stencil. I think that some of those others are like Heidi Swap, and the green one probably is Heidi Swap, and the dark star one there, you can kind of see that kind of gray one over on the left, is probably just like a folk art. This one here is probably a folk art one that I got at Tuesday morning in a pack of several different stencils. And so as you can see, I just went into my stash. I pulled out kind of a golden yellow color. I actually used two colors of yellow to make the stars to give them a little bit more dimension, and then also some gray with this little tiny star. I went to try to push this yellow through a like a splatter stencil, and it just wasn't showing up, so I went ahead and took this stencil and decided to use the gray, and that way the little bits kind of show up, and that's just like a texture pattern. I just wanted to add a little bit of texture to my background paper because I'm going to use this die cut. It's a little like a makeup bag die cut that I got from KS Craft online, and so I went ahead and I used some of the 6x6 paper to cut it out, and I used a little bit of the only metallic paper I had was that silver. It's kind of a brushed silver, so I used that for the clasp and to just make this little purse, and I'm going to use it like a makeup bag because I have these two great pictures of my grandson who got into his mother's eyeshadow, got into her makeup, and he's got, it almost looks like he's got a bruise on his eye, but actually it's like brown kind of sparkly eyeshadow, and so it looks pretty funny. And so I thought I would go ahead and use the Oh My Heart collection because I know it has some little makeup, a makeup paper and some little makeup icons, and so I wanted to go ahead and use that with these photos of him. And so I want to make it like the makeup and the pictures are kind of spilling out of the purse. That was my thought. So I'm just mounting the photos on some of the papers from the 6x6 pad just to bring a little bit more of that orange color up to the top, and then I use kind of a tealy green. His pajamas that he's wearing on there are like race car pajamas. They're like blue with an orange, and he's got orange around the trim on the neckline. And then there's something green that's also in the photo. So I don't pay too much attention to the actual colors in the photograph. I'm kind of going with my own thing, although I do pull in some of the orange. So there are the makeup items, and I fussy cut them out of the 12 by 12 Oh My Heart makeup paper, this one here. And there was too much orange on those makeup brushes. I was getting too much orange on the layout, so they had the makeup brushes on that page in blue as well. So I thought I'd go ahead and cut out these blue ones because I already had the orange brush. I had the and then the orange bag, and then the lipstick, and then these are the puffy stickers, and I noticed that they had a watch, so I take out the fussy cut watch that I had done and the fussy cut glasses, and I substitute the puffy stickers for those two items instead, just to give a little bit more texture. And then I have, from Tuesday morning, I got the Paige Evans sticker book, and I've inserted into it a couple other sticker pages when I bought the collection originally, like this one. You can see they duplicated that one in the sticker book, but it's matte, where the original one from the collection is kind of a gloss. So anyhow, I'm looking through those stickers, and I find this hashtag style. I like that. And then also these two little fingernail polish bottles. I had fussy cut a green one out, but they had a yellow and a pink one in the sticker book, so I thought I'd pull those in there as well. Now the clasp on the little bag is silver, so I think about using some silver thickers for my title, but they were kind of large and I didn't have any small silver ones, so I'm looking through my black items, and I really wanted something cursive, but I was afraid my title was just going to get too large if I did that, so I found this kind of italic one that gives a a little bit softer look than just a block print. So I'm going to go with this for my biggest word, which is beautiful. And then I'm going to use some little tile stickers for the Let's Get. So I'm going to make the title Let's Get Beautiful. And I thought that was appropriate for this page of him. He got the eyeshadow on his eyelid, so he was doing pretty good. I mean, I thought I would be doing my first makeup layout for one of my granddaughters, but you just never know what's going to happen. So yeah, so I'm going to put that one where his eyes are closed and you can see the eyeshadow on his eyelid. I'm going to put that one coming out of the purse, and then the one of him kind of looking up because he knows he's in trouble for playing in mom's stuff and playing with her makeup. So he has kind of that like little, oh, I know I was bad look, which is so cute. So now I'm trying to figure out how to put all these little items around. I didn't want it to get so cluttery with them just, everywhere on there. So I'm going to try to kind of cluster them a little bit around the photos. So as you saw there, I put the purse up on foam tape, and then I'm also putting this little eyeshadow palette up on foam tape, since it's or on foam, dimensional foam, since it's kind of what he was using. It's kind of the main piece of makeup in this. So I wanted the purse a little bit larger, so it kind of gave the impression of the items spilling out of the purse. It's a really cute purse. I mean, you could use it as a purse, or in this case, like I'm using it as a makeup bag. And it actually, the die cut comes with the little things to turn it into like a Rolodex or a Memorydex type of card, so that it can be inserted in one of those Memorydex things. But I just left that part off, so it would be just a normal little purse. And I'm going to put the title here and kind of nestle it up underneath the purse, with the B kind of touching and then the T kind of just coming up on the right hand side. And I'm just lining the whole word up. It worked out good to have grid paper because I could line it up really easily. And then I sped this up a little bit because these stickers, the one that came with the original collection, I wanted to use them, but they're not very sticky anymore. So I just put a little bead of glue on a piece of scrap paper, and then I'm lining them up along the top of that scrap paper. So that way I get them nice and level. Then I'm going to cut those blocks out and glue them onto my layout, because gluing each individual tile over that textured purse, I didn't think it was going to hold very well, so I wanted to glue it as a block. And then also, of course, pretty much all these supplies I'm using are pretty old, so yeah, so I have to glue everything. So I'm just gluing down these thickers. These are the black ones that have the little kind of white faux stitching edges on them. They're really pretty. But it was nice to be able to dive into my stash, use the Oh My Heart collection isn't that old, but some of these thickers and my stencils and inks and stuff like that are pretty old, so it was nice to be able to pull those out. And there I'm just going to cut those to Let's Get, and I decide to just line them up there. And I am using wet glue on most things. I did find that some of my places where I had used tape runner, some of my layouts with tape runner, when I went back to look at some stuff, I found that things fell or popped off really easily when I used tape runner. So if I use tape runner, I usually still put a little bit of adhesive, wet adhesive on as well. So that is the puffy watch sticker, and I want to kind of overlap some of these to kind of keep them in little clusters. So like I said, so it doesn't get too cluttery. So I'm just kind of overlapping that watch onto the compact, and I'm overlapping that lipstick onto the photo a little bit. And then I have another cluster at the bottom right of that top photo and the top left of that top photo. So I'm kind of keeping them in 3 clusters around the photographs, and then a very small cluster down there by the title. So I'm liking that. And then I start looking through, I have some the die cut pieces, but they were really big, the ephemera that comes with that collection. And so I go against using those, but I did want to insert another piece of paper below this, because this paper is out of the 12 by 12 paper pad, and it's not the thickest paper, cardstock. So I do want to put another piece behind it, not only for the color on the top and bottom, but also to just beef up the layout completely by having 2 layers of background paper. So I'm pulling out the paper pad and I go through trying to figure out which color I want to use. And I do wind up going with the orange, since it does pick up the colors of that purse, and it also has kind of a little bit of yellow dots there on it. So it picks up my background paper as well as the color of the purse. And it's not one that I'm in love with. I mean, it's nice for this purpose, but it's not one I would probably use on its own. So using it as a backing paper for my layout is a perfect way to use it and get the most out of it. So I'm just using some double-sided tape on here just to hold it on. I'm not too worried about, if this were to pop off in a page protector, it's still not gonna, fall or anything like that. So yeah, I just go ahead and do that. And I like just having those little touches of orange, and I cut the little pieces of the slivers where the orange is going to show to kind of follow that stripe of embellishments I've got going on from the purse all the way up, kind of from the bottom left to the top right. So that's why I cut the little notches in my background paper where I did. So now I'm looking at just a few other little things I could add for texture and dimension and to beef this up a little more. I wanted some words, more words scattered throughout. And so I didn't have a phrase sheet or anything that came with the Oh My Heart collection. So I thought I'd look through my puffy stickers, and I had these ones. I think these are Amy Tan, and it says pretty, and it's in orange. So that was perfect. And then this one that says XOXO in yellow, which is a different Amy Tan puffy sticker. And I guess this is Amy Tan as well. And it's in the kind of greenish color that says dude. So those worked perfect to put a few more sentiments, in those clusters. And then lastly, I wanted to put a few enamel dots on there. So I'm looking through the enamel dots, trying to find a yellow or teal or something that would match. So the yellow on these Illustrated Faith enamel dots were good, but then I found I had 3 little chipboard stars that were the last 3, so I thought, why not? Let's just use those up. I've already got stars in my background stencils, so it works perfect to put a few little stars in these clusters. And then I'm gluing down those fingernail polish stickers, because the sticky on that wasn't very sticky. So yeah, I just put those 3 little gold stars in there, and then I am calling this one done. I really love, bringing this kind of girly layout, to my daughter-in-law who has 2 sons. So this was kind of a perfect thing, and it was fun to use these little makeup icons and stuff like that. And yeah, I just love how it turned out. It's pretty simple, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And he'll have fun looking at this and and looking at all the makeup and stuff. So that is my completed layout. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment down below and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.